You're tuned in to the Brother Love Show, the best podcast on YouTube. Peace. Subscribe to the channel. Man, I got some videos, a few things I want to talk to you and show you, man. We're gonna do it like we do it over here at Brother Love Show, man. Let's get into the content. I got a few ladies I want you to listen to. Let's see what they gotta say, man. You know, we always inept to hear what the ladies gotta say over here at the Brother Love Show. So with no further ado, let's get into it.
Ebony K, here we go with your foolery again. So now you preaching being a single mother by choice is so amazing, huh? You preaching that now, right? Okay. You don't know the pain and sorrow that you're about to experience. You're about to walk into some foolery, baby, but I'm going to share a little bit with you. Let you know what's going to happen. So when this child get older and they see their friends with their fathers, when they go on trips with their daddy, when the daddy comes to recitals, rehearsals, when the daddy comes to basketball games and football games, you understand, when the daddy is there and he see his friends with their father, this is when you will have some problems. Because the child is going to ask you questions. And if you start speaking to this child, telling this child nonsense, this child will get older and correct you. You're going to have a problem with this child. See, I'm going to share something with you. When children don't know who their father is, they tend to blame the mama. Yeah, they tend to blame the mama. And they have the right to. They should blame their mama when they don't know who their father is. But see, you preaching the wrong thing to these young women. See, either you tell them to get married or you tell them to stay by themselves and not be with nobody. You don't go in the middle and say, oh, well, since you don't want to get married and you don't want to be with nobody, you can have a baby. That's not the answer. That's not the answer, honey. You don't tell them to go have a baby. They bring a child in this world, and this child will suffer because they don't know who their father is. This child will be in pain because other kids will make them feel bad that they don't know who their father is. See, y'all push this narrative all the time that, oh, it's okay to be a single mother. It is not. It is not okay, honey. Nobody is there with you through the sleepless nights and the pain and sorrow you have to deal with if this child is sick. Nobody is there for you when you worked all day and now you still got to fix a hot plate for this child. Now, yes, people will tell you, okay, you have money. You can get a nanny. You can get a babysitter. You can get a cleaner. All these things they're going to tell you. But let me share something with you. Let me just share just a little something with you. The child needs you. And when the child get older, that's what the child going to tell you. Mama, I didn't need all those expensive things. I didn't need all those expensive trips. Mama, I just needed you. And I wanted to know who my father is. See, we always say we could do everything by ourselves. I'm a strong black woman. I'm a queen. Black girl magic. That nonsense we always say. But I'm going to share something with you, my dear. You are just a thief. You are a thief. Any woman who decides to have a baby on her own by choice, and also any woman who is a single mother, and the father has not gone to glory, you are a thief, my dear. You are a robber. Yes, because you have robbed this child of knowing who his or her father is. I said it, and I don't care if you don't like it. Because you have to deal with the pain that this child is going to go through. You have to deal with the heartache. This child right here has all this foolery going on in their life because they need their father. See, children don't tell you all this while they're young. It's when they get grown and you get older and you can't take care of yourself anymore. That's when the truth come out, that they tell you, Mama, you did me wrong. Why did you bring me to this world and you didn't have a plan for me to have a good father? See, women, y'all think y'all can escape this lesson that I'm teaching you. And yeah, you can keep scrolling past me because you don't want to listen to the lesson. But I'm going to share something with you that I always say. Your judge and jury will be the child. The child will be your judge and jury, honey. Just wait, it's coming. And when it comes, honey, it is like a tidal wave on your heart. And then you will understand being a single mother by choice. You will understand it then. Take heed to the message. Ebony, you wrong for preaching all this foolery. You don't even understand what you're doing. You say you for the black.
Now that's a good message right there, man. That lady's foot paint where it ain't. And I like her boldness. I like her brashness about how she feels. Now I got a few more ladies I want you to listen to right at the Brother Love Show. Hey man, listen, get down there in the comments. I want you to, if you don't, if you're not vibing with it, if you think you got another point, go right ahead and feel free to go ahead and leave a comment over there. Let's move on to our next lady. Here we go. Brother Love
Show. Women internalize everything. Everything is personal for them, or personal attack, right? So things like correction and discipline oftentimes are being internalized as them being silenced, right? Women oftentimes purposely go against the correction or the discipline, especially from men, because of history and how women were silenced, right? How women were treated as second-class citizens. So women go to the extreme now, as per usual, because women are extreme, right? So they cannot discern the difference between being corrected and someone trying to shut them up or humbling them, right? Everything is one in the minds of women, how women in the emotions of women, how women internalize things. And so anything that goes against what they want to do, whether it's right or wrong, is a personal attack. And because they're not taking it as a lesson per se, they're just taking it as someone is telling them to not do something they want to do. It's very childlike, right? And when you are not really taking the lesson, when you don't really understand what's going on, you're going to repeat the behaviors. We all know this, right? This is why I like to get women offline so that I can explain to them the idiosyncrasies or the nuances of what I say online. When women tell me, oh, I learned so much from you online, I changed my life, I don't believe that. I hardly ever believe it, because I understand a lot of times what I say is not what women hear or not what women internalize, especially if it goes against what they've been doing, right? Especially when they think it's in favor of men, right? This is why they call women pick-me's and stuff, because they are so adamant about going against men, even if it's wrong, even if it makes no sense. They just have something to prove. So your experience with this woman is, and the experience of many men is the experience with me. That's why I don't really engage with women online. The women in my Facebook group I engage with, because they've gone through my book club. They've had personal sessions with me. They've been clients of mine for a long time. So then they understand how I work, right? They're not scattered listeners like a lot of people are, but a lot of women are scattered listeners, meaning they listen to what they want to hear, and what they don't want to hear, they fight against, even if what they don't want to hear makes sense, right? So women will cut their nose to spite their face a lot, and it makes them difficult to deal with. And so again, this is why I don't really engage with women online. This is why I don't like to go in women's spaces. They invite me and I don't really like to go in their spaces because oftentimes their conversations are very one-sided and very pro-woman. And I am pro-woman, but I'm pro-woman who is orderly, structured, and disciplined. And I'm not just pro-woman just because I'm a woman. I don't operate like that because a lot of women are nuts. And a lot of women are committed to misunderstanding men. They're committed to just doing and being whatever it is that they want, even if it is not going to help them create what they desire. That's where this unwarranted ego that I speak of comes from, this self-righteousness. I mean, you're a man, so you understand women from a different perspective, right? But even with that, men still understand and get what I'm saying, even though I'm coming from a woman's perspective. I don't deal with women on a romantic level, but you are who you are wherever you go. It's just going to show up differently with different people, right? So it's hard for women to see themselves when they don't want to, because in order for you to see yourself, that means you have to take responsibility for yourself. This is why I say women don't really want power, because with power comes responsibility, right? You can't carry on in disruptive ways and disrespectful ways and have power. It doesn't work that way. So this conversation is very layered, right? It's a lot. And this is something that I will have to do offline with women and women in my Facebook group.
Yeah, I like this sister right here. This sister had a lot of insight. I like, you know what? It's a lot of women that truly get it, fellas, ladies. It's a lot of y'all that really, really get it. You really understand. Now, in my opinion, the women that get it, have brothers that they love dearly. The women that get it have fathers that they love dearly. The women that get it have grandfathers that they've been around, so they get it. There's a great portion of women in society that have never, ever stopped and listened to men. They've heard us, but they haven't listened to us. What I mean by listening is sitting down, having conversations, having dialogue with men that they respect. Let's keep it real in society. Most women don't respect men, period. The only men they seem to respect are singers, actors, movie stars, those type of people. Let's just keep it real. So they have a foggy narrative about men. These women can educate themselves and they will see errors in their way, but they're so locked in to what society has told them, to what feminism has told them, to what the gender studies teacher has told them, to what just society in general is just programming them. Ladies, please talk to men that you cannot have sex with. Talk to your uncle. Talk to your grandfather. Talk to your brothers. Talk to them and ask them, because they're going to tell you things that you got it foggy. You got it twisted, sis. Now I got another lady right here I want y'all to check out, man. She got another little something she want to say. Matter of fact, I got two by her, and we're gonna give her a little listen right here on the Brother Love Show.
A lot of women don't want the truth. They want comfort. They'd rather you lie to them for years than to tell them the truth quick. A girl is viral right now because she was dating a dude for 2 months. He came to her after 2 months and told her he ain't see no future with her, and he broke up with her. Instead of accepting it and moving on and being happy that only 2 months was lost, she mad. She upset. But why not just be glad that he didn't waste your time for more than 2 months pretending like he liked you and pretending like there would be a future when it really wouldn't be? But women are more comfortable with the lies and somebody leading them on for years and years instead of somebody being upfront and telling them the truth. See, one thing I don't think a lot of y'all women really want to face the fact is that you can't accept the truth. If men truly told you the reason why they ghost you, why they change their mind about you, you can't accept it. Therefore, most men avoid the conversation with you. This is why y'all have these conversations online and you can't figure out why the man is hot and cold. You can't figure out why you was minding your business and then he bothered you. You can't understand why if he didn't like you, why he didn't leave you alone. Because the truth of the matter is he might have did like you, but he changed his mind. I don't know how is it so hard for women to understand that men are allowed to change their mind. The same way you be getting icks about men get icks about you too. And like I said, I really don't think a lot of y'all can handle the truth on those icks that be turning men off. It's kind of in your best interest to take the L and let it go, because I don't think you want to know what it truly was. Do you really want him to come and tell you that he didn't like the way you look when your wig came off? Do you really want him to tell you that he didn't like how your body looked when the lights was on? Do you really want him to tell you that your breath is a little funky, that your cat stink a little bit, got a little scent to it that he don't like? He don't like your kids. He don't like your family. Your personality don't hit for him. Do you truly want to hear what the real reason is on why he liked you at first and he changed his mind? One thing about these repeated conversations online, most of them are continuously being had because women are just unwilling to accept the truth. See, instead of realizing that there is something about you that may be giving men the ick, you would rather hear somebody tell you, girl, the reason why he did that is because you're just too good of a woman. He just can't deal with a woman as good as you. No, he just don't like you. It's that simple. He didn't like you. He thought he did, got to know you, and he decided he don't like you. He simply changed his mind. Say it with me. Changed his mind, like everybody is allowed to do. Sometimes the things that change people's mind is things that you can't help, things that you can't change. And sometimes it is stuff that you can't control, right? I mean, sometimes they get to know you and they see how dysfunctional your life is. You got a kid by Pookie. He see the way you and Pookie argue back and forth and he don't want to get in the middle of that. He see how your life is with your family and how it's always drama with them. Don't want to deal with that. See how bad your kids is. Your kids don't even listen to you. Why in the world would he want to come in and play stepdaddy to some bad kids? Like, you be forgetting about all of the stuff that you be having going on and you limit it down to simply he just playing games. No, he wasn't playing games. He did like you. Then once all of that other stuff came into the mix, he don't like you no more. Y'all really gotta stop telling yourself lies and look at yourself in the mirror. We are all imperfect people, but you have to be willing to accept the fact that your imperfections, some people are not going to be willing to deal with them. There is somebody who will, but everybody not going to want to deal with it. And you have to understand that that is possibly a reason why somebody ghosted you, cut you off, or made up a reason why not to deal with you no more. All of that, it ain't you, it's me. I just need to get myself together. I'm not in a place to be in a relationship. Yes, it's BS. But the main reason why usually you getting BS is because he's trying to avoid telling you what the real reason was on why he changed his mind about you. Like I said in the beginning of the video, a lot of times you are not really ready to hear what the real ick or reason was on why that man changed his mind about you. Just accept the ghosting, him moving on, him lying and telling you that he needed to get himself together. Whatever it was he did to break the situation off with you, just go ahead and take the L. But I promise you, it probably hurt a lot less than if he had to really tell you the truth on what it was about you that turned him off.
Now, she had fire. She had fire. She had smoke, actually. But you know, all bull stuff to the side, man. Listen, sometimes we gotta let the women speak. Like we hear you. You know, sometimes we gotta get a good women to mic too. Like we hear, we done heard everything bad about men for so long. We heard everything up and down. We Pookie, Ray, we this, we that, we did. We heard it all before. We heard it a million times. Matter of fact, we've been hearing it for about 40 years. Via the media, in our household, we heard our daddy ain't nothing. We've heard it all before. Now it's day of reckoning is coming sometime. Listen, we got to let the good women get the mic because it's not all us all the time. Not all the time. Now we got one more, man. I'm going to let her flambe one more time. And we're going to say our piece.
Let's talk about Pookeisha, because a lot of y'all women don't know that you a Pookeisha, right? Because I guess you think the only way you can be a Pookeisha is if you a bunch of baby daddy having, you know, on welfare, Section 8, rainbow wig having, crazy lashes, ghetto nail having in order to be a Pookeisha. But no, that's not it. That's not all of it. If you financially ain't got yourself together and you looking for a man to come in and save you, I mean, you struggling, you barely can make ends meet, you can't keep a steady job, you can't come up with whatever it is that you're going to do. 1 week you're doing nails, then you're doing hair, then you're doing lashes, then you're an esthetician, then you stripping. When you just can't get it together and you relying on a man to come in and save you because as a woman, you can't get it done yourself, you are a Pookeisha. If you out here dating for free meals because you can't afford to take yourself to these same places that you hold these men to a high standard to take you to, you a Pookeisha. If you can't buy them luxury handbags that you think men are obligated to buy for you, you a Pookeisha. If you think it's more important for you to be carrying around a Chanel bag and a Louis bag and all of these designer bags more than your car needing a new transmission or new tires, you a Pookeisha. If you put men on a higher priority list and you do your kids, if you go through men's phones before you go through your kids' homework, you a Pookeisha. If you more focused on dating than you are your kids, you are a Pookeisha. You are the worst of a Pookeisha. If men ever come before your kids, you are a sorry excuse for a woman. If you have ever allowed your children to have to take second place or less priority in your life over a man, if you spend most of your time on social media thirst trapping in your DMs, then you do things with your kids, watching what your kids doing. If you think throwing a tablet in your child's face and telling them to go in the room while you do whatever it is that you do as parenting, you are a Pookeisha. If you don't know how to control yourself in regular environments, if you think that wearing a see-through leotard with pasties to 5-star restaurants is okay because it's your birthday dinner, you are a Pookeisha. If you think it's acceptable to go to a place where they have not advised you that you should stand on couches and twerk, but you stand on couches and twerk, you are a Pookeisha. If you are a grown woman, if you are anything out of high school and you still resort to physical violence when it comes to other women, you are a Pookeisha. If you don't know how to handle and control yourself without having to physically fight somebody, you absolutely are a Pookeisha. If you fight with other women over men, you absolutely are a Pookeisha. If you jump in women's DMs trying to check them about a man before you check that man about what he's doing, you are a Pookeisha. If you do not have a positive co-parenting situation with your children's father or fathers, but you out here on the dating scene trying to get another man involved in that drama and chaos, you are a Pookeisha. Just like I said in the video with the Pookies, a lot of y'all women are Pookeishas and you can't see yourself. You can't realize that you are a bad choice. You are a bad pick for a man to end up with. No man should be out here dealing with you, and a man definitely shouldn't be out here getting you pregnant. You don't need to be nobody's mother, right? Because when you do become one, you have to do that job. You don't need to be dating. You don't need to be getting pregnant. You need to go sit down and get yourself together. I don't care how good some of y'all can dress up your Pookeisha-ism, you're still a Pookeisha deep down inside. It don't matter how bomb your makeup is, how laid your hair is, how nice your outfit is. When it comes to who you are at the core, you still Pookeisha.
at the end of the day, people, brother, love, show family, man. Listen, some of this stuff is funny, but it's a lot of realism to everything that these women are saying. I think we all can be better as people. I think men can change and women can change. We can learn together. We can live together. We can love one another. And plain and simple, we got bigger fish to fry, people. We got bigger fish to fry. Let's put everything to the side. Let's put all our bull crap stuff to the side. Put your egos to the side. Just for a minute. Think about it. We don't have time. Time is not your friend. Every breath you take is getting to your last breath. Think about what I'm saying. I need everybody within the sound of my voice to like and share and subscribe to the channel. I am your host, Brother Love. Peace. You're tuned in to the Brother Love Show, the best podcast on YouTube.